sauce. Right now I'm on 695. Um, I'm actually going northbound because I'm gonna take 95 to work. 95 is an inner loop, so go in a circle, and where it connects is the Francis Scott Key Bridge, right? Um, if you guys haven't heard, uh, a Singapore flag vessel, cargo ship, hit one of the main supports on the Key Bridge, collapsing the bridge completely. What up, Kay? One in the chat if y'all can hear me. What up, Protocol? One in the chat if y'all can hear me. Appreciate y'all. First off, I'm gonna say Jesus is king. Ain't no dog whistle. Jesus is king. And I'm gonna say prayers going out to the families of the people that was working on that bridge. They've been doing construction on that bridge in that area. Um, they say 20 people missing. They say a bunch of cars, in the water. This happened at 1 a.m. This happened at 1 a.m. Or 1:40 a.m. is when this happened, right? 1 a.m. Now I'm gonna say thank God because around 1:40 a.m., traffic is super light, so it could have been so much worse. It could have been so many more casualties on that bridge when this ship hit it. Now, according to sources and according to the news, this cargo container lost. This cargo container lost. Hold on, there we go. This cargo container lost power twice, departing from the Dundalk Marine Terminal here in Baltimore, Maryland. Lost power twice. Um, Again, like I said, it was a Singapore flag vessel. Uh, Lost power twice. Now, from what I understand, is that normally tugboats will pull those ships out past the bridge. Once they get past the bridge, then you hold on, guys. My bad, guys. One in the chat if y'all can still hear me. One in the chat if y'all can still hear me. All right. So, so from my understanding is that tugboats are supposed to pull these ships out past the bridge, and then once they get past the bridge, then they let them go, right? Under their power, all that good stuff. And I can understand why, because once you get past the bridge, you still got Fort McHenry, right? You got Fort McHenry, it's like a star fort or whatever. That's right there, just past the bridge as well. So, from what I understand, it usually tugboats will pull these boats past this bridge. Now, I understand in some cases they'll allow these boats or these ships to leave under their own power if the weather permits it, or if the water current and all that other stuff permits it. However, this ship lost power twice. They don't move that fast. So the first time the ship would have lost power, now I don't know if the captain didn't report it or signal it or whatever you got to do, like where we lost power, stand by for possible assistance. I don't know how that works, but it lost power twice. Now I'm sure all of you guys have seen the footage of this ship hitting the bridge. The ship looked like it was headed straight for the support. Now it didn't graze it, right? It didn't graze it. It hit that support straight on. You got some people that's automatically yelling cyber attack, um, this and that, or a terrorist attack. I don't know. I don't know. And the reason why I say I don't know is, as important as the Maryland port is to the U.S., it's the ninth most busiest port in the United States. The ninth most busiest port in the United States. There are other more busier or more important to our infrastructure than Baltimore's port. Now, in saying that, I can't see it being a terror attack. However, I could be wrong because, like they said, the ship lost power 2 times. The way the bridge fell, and as oh man, I wish you guys could see this. I don't know if you can see this. Hold on. I don't know if I can get it. I don't know if you'll be able to see over there, but I don't. You can. I can look right now as I'm driving towards the tunnel, and I can see the bridge gone. I can see the bridge gone. I don't know if you guys can see past the CFG Bank building. The bridge is completely gone, guys. Like it looked like a. It just, all I see is a ramp. That's all I can see. I don't know if you guys can see that. It just looks like a ramp as I'm driving past. I wish I could. I wish I could get a better. Oh, maybe I can. Can I pull over right there? Let me see if I can pull over. I don't know if I can pull over and get. Let me see. Let me see if I can get this. Can I zoom? There we go. I can zoom and everything. You see that right there? You see? You can see it. The bridge is gone. You just see 2 ramps, right? You see the 2 ramps right there. You see one to the right, and then if you look just past the crane in the air, you see the one to the left, and you can see the bridge in the water. You can see the rest of the bridge in the water. It looks like they got a barge out there now that's trying to lift some of that debris off the boat. You see it? It's wild. And like I said, man, thank God, bro. Thank God. Because like I said, I could have been on that bridge because I take that bridge sometimes. I take that bridge sometimes, y'all. For those of you who don't know, I do IT, and part of my routine for my IT is the Marine Terminal. That's where I'm at. Most of the time when I'm doing my streams on my way to work, I'm on my way to the Marine Terminal. And sometimes I take that. Oh, that's a better view right there. You know what I'm going to do? I passed it. I can't do it. Dang. Because again, another one of my, let me do this. Again, another one of my purviews is the Maryland cruise port. So here in Maryland, when you leave out for cruises, I'm reckless right now. Here in Maryland, when we leave out for cruises, I can stand right there on the water and show you guys. I'm trying to think. I want to give you all a better view of this, man, because this is crazy. This is wild. I would have went on the cruise grounds, but I passed the exit. It's wild, Joe. I can see the trying to think, how can I do this? If I go through, I'll figure it out. I'm gonna go through the tunnel. I might be able to catch a better view when I get through the tunnel to show you guys. But the way the bridge fell, right? I would think that, let's just say, like you would account, right? I would think the way that bridge fell, you would account for something hitting one of them support beams, and that bridge having some kind of rigidity to the point where it could survive for like a few minutes, right? Like a few minutes, 30 minutes before it completely collapses. That ship hit that. As soon as that ship hit that support, that bridge fell like a ton of bricks. It ain't it. The ship ain't hit it, and then the bridge just like kind of buckled a little bit, and then you had like a lull in time before it fell. It fell immediately. Immediately. That's the wild part to me. Moving that, and I get it, physics, right? I get it. You would think that when they built that bridge in 1977, that you account for stuff like that, right? Like, okay, what if a ship hit one of these support beams? Can this bridge survive long enough to let people evacuate it before it falls? That ship hit that support beam, and that thing felt like a ton of bricks, y'all. There was there was no, for anybody on that bridge. There was they had no time to get off. The only way they would have had time to get off of that bridge if they saw that ship headed for that support, and like, yo, that ship about to hit us. Let's go. 1:40 in the morning. You got construction workers working on the bridge. They said at least 20 of them. You got cars going across the bridge. They said at least they account. I don't know how they get the count, but they account for at least 7 cars that went down with that bridge. They said at least 20 construction workers went down with that bridge. They only recovered 2 people. One person walked away unscathed. One person walked away unscathed. The paramedics and the EMS got there, and he refused. He refused to be helped, and he left. The other guy or other person is in critical condition. The Lord was with the guy who ain't get hurt, man. And prayers going out to the other person that survived. But another thing is, man, and I was sitting there thinking about it, right? Like, man, what would I have done if I was on that bridge and that bridge fell? Would there be anything I could do to save me? You know what I mean? Because you got to also remember, you got to take into account the weather, right? So last night it was about 30 degrees, between 28 and 30 degrees. You got I'm trying to see something. I'm trying to find out if I, yeah, there we go. Can I pull off on the side right here? Can I pull off right here on the side? Let me think, guys. Give me a second. Let me see. Is there a shoulder enough for this? I can see the ship and everything. I'm trying to think. Hold on. Ah, figure out how I can do this. You know what? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to the terminal. So once I get on the terminal, I can show y'all more. Once I get on the terminal, I can actually probably get somewhere where you guys can see everything. Yeah, once I get on the terminal, I should be able to get somewhere where you guys can see everything. But like I was saying, you got to take into account the weather, right? It was 28 30 degrees in Maryland, in Baltimore last night, right? So could you imagine how cold the water is? Could you imagine how cold the water was? So imagine, you know, you survived that drop, right? You survived that drop, and now you gotta swim for your life. And I know adrenaline pump, but that water, you hit that water, and that water is ice cold. I don't know if it was in the zero. You know what I mean? I don't know how cold that water was. It below zero? Was it like, it's ice cold. You hit that water, boom. Your muscles lock up. Your muscles lock up. You know what I mean? And Lord forbid you can't swim. They still saying they trying to recover people out of the water. And I'm like, this happened at 1 in the morning. If you're trying to recover people out the water, it ain't a rescue. You ain't rescuing nobody no more. It's no longer a rescue. It's no longer a rescue. Now you're just recovering bodies, and that's the sad part. That's the sad thing, man. That's the sad thing. Now I don't know why this ship wasn't towed out to sea by a tugboat. Your guess is as good as mine on that. I think that should be a mandatory thing. I think a lot of people thought it was a mandatory thing. It's dark outside. You know, at 1:40 in the morning, it's dark. There's a, there ain't a lot of margin for error at that point. Now the question is, a lot of people saying that it could very well be a terror attack. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Now the road that I'm on right now, I could take this road straight out to the bridge. I could take it straight out to the bridge right now, but I'm sure they got it shut down. I'm sure they got it shut down. But like I said, I'm gonna get on once I get on site. I'm gonna see if I can't drive down and videotape something for you guys. They said it took 5 years to build that bridge. It took 5 years to build that bridge. Now, but I will say is even though it's the ninth, most busiest port in the U.S., right? It's like the second most busiest port on the East Coast. Now that I'm thinking about it, second most busiest port on the East Coast, behind New York, and I think third is like Georgia somewhere. Like I said, I don't necessarily see it being an attack because it's the second most busiest port, right? Why not New York City? Why not in Atlanta? Why not I don't know, Florida? Not to mention, it wasn't like the ship was coming in; the ship was leaving the port. The ship was leaving. It was leaving the marine terminal. So if that's the case, why didn't they do something? Like why didn't it crash? Why wouldn't they? If it was an attack, why wouldn't they just turn the power off to the boat and it crash into like I don't know into the port itself? I could be wrong. Maybe some things will come out, but I'm thinking that this was negligence on the ship's behalf. I think somebody was trying to cut corners. They didn't want a tugboat taking them out to sea because they could save some money. And they need to fix this bridge right here. This bridge is terrible. I mean, they building a new part of it on one side, but I'm trying to see if I can. Once I get on the terminal, I can see if I can't get close to the bridge. Because, like I said, I'll be on the water at that point. The bridge collapsed 3 days. Yeah, it collapsed 3 days after its was it 47th birthday or something like that. That's also crazy. I think if I drive straight, I should be able to see that joint. So I'm gonna go straight and see if I can't catch something. Did y'all see what Unc posted on Twitter on X? He gonna say, did they investigate? Did they blame DEI for this yet? Isn't a pilot not the captain who brings the ship in and out of the harbor? That's the thing. I don't know. I don't know. On the 86th day, 47 years later, 47 for government. My man Jay Powell on the building. It was headed to Sri Lanka. I wonder the other significance. What shall I say? Did the ship catch fire? No, I haven't. Like all the pictures I've seen, don't like the ship caught fire. Now, like some of the video that you see, it looked like it might have, but it was the lights that I think that was coming from the construction site. The water was 47 degrees. I hope so. That it gave people a fighting chance at least. Hey, hey, no problem. So I'm gonna drive straight. I'm gonna see if I can't catch a glimpse of it if I keep going straight. Yeah, maybe. I know that the port probably going. It's gonna be shut down for a minute though. It's gonna be shut down for a minute. That was the main. That was the main throughway for ships to get here. That was the main throughway for ships to get to this port. I don't know if there's another way around or another way to get through. I'm gonna find out though, cause I know the people to ask around here. So I'm gonna drive all the way down here to the water and see if I can help. I can't let y'all see something. Oh man, maybe we might see something. Give me a second, y'all. All right, Mr. Tractor Trailer. Jeez Louise, y'all. I mean, on it, like the ship's massive though, so like I don't see that support beam surviving that ship hitting it, but at the same time, it's like should the ship had fell so fast? I mean, should that bridge have fell like that? Should that bridge have collapsed that fast? Y'all know what I mean? All right, I think we good, Joe. I think I'm about to be able to show y'all something. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. It's crazy, bro. Yeah, I know it else collapsed fast, Roy. I'm building 7 and over. I mean, to give y'all some perspective, look how massive this ship is. Look how massive this ship is. So you can only imagine how big that ship is over there. And that ship over there had sea containers on it. Yeah, 695 gonna be crazy for a minute, yo. 695 gonna be crazy for a minute. Now, when I first got the news, I'm like, yo, did this happen this morning? I'm thinking like it happened like 5 a.m. It happened at 1 a.m. Thank God. I'm saying that because I'm saying that because at 5 in the morning, that bridge is full of commuters. It's full of tractor trailers coming across. Yeah, they said that the Coast Guard they got teams in the water right now. Um, the Maryland Port Administration, the police, they got teams over there in the water. A lot of their ships or their boats are here. But this is the aftermath of that ship hitting. And like I said, man, I don't know how ships are going to get here, and I don't know how ships are going to leave. I don't know how ships are going to leave. Yo, it's gone, bro. It's gone. It's gone, bro. I mean, if you go back and you watch the footage, the minute that ship hit that support beam, that bridge just fell. Now I'm no like structural engineer. I don't know. I just know that it was like the support beam that it hit was like where the peak of the bridge is. You said the Navy looking for something else? Oh snap! I know it's a little grainy. The Minnesota I-35 bridge happened during the afternoon. Mm. It could have been a lot worse. Yeah, it is fortunate that this happens overnight and not during morning. Exactly, exactly. That's what I was saying, man. If it would have happened around like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, when you got, you got tractor trailers coming across there, you got commuters coming across there, um, bruh, it could have been so much worse, so much worse. Now, another interesting thing is that the governor of Maryland, Wes Moore, issued a state of emergency. He issued a state of emergency. I don't know why you would issue a state of emergency for this. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's protocol or what, but he issued a state of emergency. Um, and I'm not sure why he did that, bro. Yeah, it hit the one right at the peak, like the support pylon that sits right at like just at the peak of the bridge. If you watch the video, and like the bridge had like a cage around it. I don't know what you call that. It had all of the support beams and stuff. I guess that's what it is. And I'm just like, man, like that one got hit, right? That one beam got hit. You can see the second beam, right? So where the ship is, there was a beam right there. Then to the left, you see the other beam. You would think that, all right, the ship hit that one beam, and then maybe the bridge could survive for a second, for a minute, a couple of minutes before it fell. And that maybe it would just be that section, and then that beam over to the rest of the bridge might have been okay. That ship hit that bridge, and that thing collapsed completely, yo. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. How sturdy was that bridge, yo? Bro, it's no way the bridge was high enough for the cargo ship to go under. No, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, it's high enough. I promise you, it's high enough. I promise you, it's high enough. The ship was just off course, right? That's why I said they usually doing the work, right. They usually got tugboats doing the work. So where the ship is, right? Where you see the ship at, and then to the left, you see this beam right here. Between there and where the ship is, right there, right in the middle, is way high enough for that ship to have gotten through. No problem. The ship was deviated off course. Like the ship wouldn't be able to go to the no further to the right or no further to the left. It had to go. It had to go between these two or through. Not even right there because you see. Yeah, no, it could have went right there too. But it had to go between these two. It had to. Yeah, okay. It lost power and headed toward the beam. Now I don't know. Like to me, that's sketchy because it lost power 2 times. Maybe it's a dry run. I don't know. Maybe it's a dry run. Maybe it's a dry run. There will probably be some shortages, and the mayor is getting ahead of it with a state of emergency that also allows federal money to come in, bruh. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. It could have been an angle of the video when it got hit, and I wonder where that video came from. Who shot that? I guess I gotta look at it. Maybe it was a camera out there somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, I'm good. But yeah, the bridge is high enough in certain spots. That's why you would think that a tugboat would keep taking them out there. Crazy that it didn't. But anyway you look at it, it's sad, man. Well, they're reporting that it lost power twice. Um, I mean, you can see how close I am to that bridge. So I don't know where that ship was leaving. I don't know what part of the port the ship was leaving from because the port is pretty big, right? So I'm on the terminal, but the terminal is pretty big. So I don't know if I don't know where this ship was leaving from. I don't know if it was leaving from right here, like this ship is sitting right here, right? But you see, this ship is like right there. I don't know. I don't know, but it's tragic. It's tragic. Now, like we said, it could have been a whole lot worse. It could have been a whole lot worse. You got helicopters circling. You got all of the news outlets here. This is going to dominate the news cycle for a little bit, guys. You can see. Look, they got some. They got some. Cause they got. I guess you can see like some search and rescue out there right now. Looking. I'm sure they got search and rescue on the other side of that ship. Um, it's tragic. I mean, 20 people missing right now. 20 people missing, and this happened at 1:40 in the morning. So I'm afraid that it's probably going to be a there's more of a recovery than a rescue. And I pray for the families. I pray for the families of those people that was working on that bridge, the people that was driving across that bridge. They said that none of the crew of the ship, I guess I guess all the crew of the ship I guess are accounted for. But this is something I woke up like, man, you serious? Like, make no mistake, man. This is gonna. I mean, it's the more I think about it, this is gonna affect a lot of people. This is gonna affect a lot of people. The more I think about it, right? Whether this was an attack or wasn't an attack, this happened, right? A lot of goods come through the port of Maryland or the port of Baltimore, from cars to agricultural equipment to foods. It all comes through here. It all comes through here. A lot of, I mean, not all, but a lot of it does. And this port, supplies a lot of the surrounding states. So it could be possible shortages. So YouTube, wow, and I'm just getting all of y'all chats right now. Um, so the Department of Transportation cameras, it could be, but I feel like the Department of Transportation cameras, it could be, but I don't know where it would be from there. Like, it almost looked like the footage came from Fort McHenry. I don't know. It feel like the footage came from Fort McHenry because when I'm watching it, I'm like, where did that come from? Like, what camera did they have on that? Like, I need to find that out. I'm sure somebody know. I'm like, yo, where the footage come from? Fort McHenry out there, but Fort McHenry abandoned. Mm-hmm. That's interesting. I'm gonna find out. I know, like the Department of Transportation is like their offices is behind me for the most part. Is it possible the navigation system on the ship could have been hacked? It's a possibility, Joshua. It's definitely a possibility. I'm looking at it from Fort Carroll on Google Earth. It definitely was high enough. I see it. Yeah, definitely high enough. It's a big bridge, bro. It's a big bridge. It ain't as big as the Chesapeake Bay Bridge as far as like the length of it, but the height of it is about the same. Maybe slightly shorter, but it's close. Maybe that's where Fort Carroll. Maybe Fort Carroll got. I don't know. Is that Fort Carroll out there? I don't know. Whatever, but that's interesting. Got to find out what's going. What is this going to be distracting us from today? That's true too. That's true too. What is this distracting us from? That's a good question, Carlton. I don't know, man. I'm gonna tell you what it ain't distracting us from. It ain't distracting us from Diddy allegedly running from the USA. Did y'all hear that? They said Diddy hopped the plane and haul-tailed out of the United States. Everybody down here trying to get video. Diddy haul-tailed out of the U.S. Y'all hear that? One is Roman Polanski. Protocol says quiet on the set. Diddy, Jay-Z next. Limitless Power said bad boy for life. What's up, Limitless Power? That's my man. Limitless Power in the building. I don't know what this is going to distract us from, y'all. Jay-Z next. Oof. Mm-mm-mm. I don't know what this is going to distract us from, but you never let a good crisis go to waste, right? You never let a good crisis go to waste. What up, Daisy girl? Bro, this is the Chesapeake Bay. I don't know, Cam. I don't know. If it's a cyber attack, why here? Why Baltimore? Why this port? It's not the most important port. I mean, it's one of the important ports. Unless they doing it as a dry run. I don't know. Maybe the Dead Reckoning did it. I don't know. But this is crazy. I probably could get closer. I probably could drive a little closer. Diddy's story happened on Biggie's life after closer to Biggie's life after death. Dang. Let's see if I can't get a little closer. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Cause now another thing is, and I'll probably talk about it when I come back on. And I know I've been gone for a minute, guys, but I just like, you know what, I gotta chill. Like I had to chill out on streaming for a little bit. I had to get some things in order. Um, I'm gonna change my the way I stream as well. You'll see what I'm talking about. I got some things that I'm gonna probably implement. Um, yeah, I guess I can get a whole lot closer. Everybody down here, jeez Louise. The police came down here like, yo, I need to get video of this. There we go. We got Unc in the building. Appreciate it. I know, right? I'm on Hotep News. Cam let's say the captain got into the fentanyl container. Oh my god. Yeah, it's too soon right now, Boris. I don't know. I don't know where. I don't know where the. Why I didn't have a tugboat. I don't know why I didn't have a tugboat or any of that. That's the crazy part. Unc think it's DEI. Unc think there's a DEI issue. Oh man, I appreciate it. Yeah, yo, it's a big ship, yo. These ships are huge. No diddy. The surfer is gonna call it a DEI accident. So they were saying that I don't know. So this happened at 1 in the morning. So I'm gonna go on a limb and say it wasn't a lot. They saying that so the news is saying at least 7 cars that were on the bridge when it happened. They saying at least I don't know where they getting their count from. I don't know how they count 7 cars or where that came from. But what I do know is that there were 20 construction workers on the bridge working when this happened. There were 20 construction workers on the bridge working when this happened. Like I said, it's just odd to me that the fact that I don't know, maybe I don't know. So it's just odd to me how fast that the bridge fell. It's odd to me how fast the bridge fell. I don't know how fast this ship was moving. I don't see it moving that fast because I feel like you got it. Like when I'm like on my father boat or we out in the water, you gotta. It's speed limits on the water. It's speed limits on the water in certain areas, right? Especially a ship that big, you can't move that fast because you're gonna create a huge wake, right? So you gotta move a little slower than usual. So I can't see this ship moving that fast, and it's a massive ship. So I'm not going to say that ship hitting that support pylon or that support beam wouldn't have knocked that support beam down. However, the minute that ship touched that support beam, the bridge just crumbled. It didn't buckle and then take a few minutes before it to collapse. It collapsed immediately. Now I don't know if you can see on the right hand side where the ramp is, right from ramp to ramp. Right, let me back this up a little bit. So like from ramp to ramp, right? I know it's probably some joints because you got to have it can't be like one continuous piece across. It's gonna be joints, right? But even in saying that, with this whole thing about it's got to be some joints. I would think that the engineers would have accounted for a ship running into one of these pylons by mistake. I mean, like it completely because you still had the other pylon right there. You still had the other pylon. You still had this one here. The ship the bridge is 47 years old, Joe. You still got this other pylon right here. You would think it would have gave us some kind of support before it would have collapsed. But no, if you look at the video, that thing collapsed immediately, yo. It collapsed immediately. It collapsed immediately. Brian said look like controlled demolition. You watch that joint. I mean, I ain't see no explosions or nothing like that. Now, what I will say is there was construction workers on the bridge, but there's always construction workers on that bridge. Um, uh, uh, I can't even say there's always construction workers on that bridge, honestly. The last couple of times I went across that bridge, were they doing anything? I don't know. It's been a couple of months since I went across that bridge, so I don't know. Yeah, the ship kept losing power, Haran. They already got you calling it DEI on Twitter, Unc. Yeah, the boat is owned by Singapore. Yep. Unc calling it a DEI. HJ in the building. What's up? Boats can't melt steel beams. But that's the thing, right? You would think that that bridge would be rigid enough to take that the hit from that boat and stand for a minute like eventually collapse. But I mean, it fell immediately. That's the thing that gets me. Here we go, Haram, all Indian crew. Here you go. So that's the Dali. It was headed to Sri Lanka. It did, Sauce. It did collapse like that. Carlton, I can't discount it. I'm just trying to call it fair. I'm not trying like, Kufi on tight, yo. That bridge fell fast. That bridge fell fast, Kufi on tight, yo. It fell fast. I just when I watched him, like, dang, that thing fell immediately. Like the way it fell, I'm like, yo, why didn't that bridge collapse a long time ago? Right? The way it fell, it was like it was held together like by popsicle sticks. Protocol says they're supposed to be able to take a hit and stand long enough. They talk about that with our bridge by our port in Savannah. The hotel's been told you morning edition. That's crazy, yo. What you mean 2 in 1 night? What else happened, Haran? What I'm missing? 2 in 1 night, what? I gotta wipe my glasses. I ain't even had my sausage, egg, and cheese or butter and jelly yet. I'm bringing y'all the news. There we go. I can see now. Jeez. Also, you're right. We got some like some search and rescue right here now. Also, you're right. The tugboat to see it move without one. That's interesting. Yeah, it's very. Oh, Diddy. Yeah, 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 yeah. We talked about Diddy. That's crazy. So we got this. Like they out here looking for people. They combing right now. They combing right now. I wonder what kind of grade steel was used to build that bridge. I don't know. It's in the 70s. You would think it was, stuff in the 70s was built to last, Joe. It was building cutlasses that could take a head-on collision with an 18 wheeler back then. You would think that the steel they was using back in the 70s was strong. Oh yeah, I got me a sausage, egg, and cheese on a bagel, butter and jelly, baby. And I got a BLT, butter and jelly. Yeah, it's the US Coast Guard boat I just showed y'all. What up, Jabari? That'd be crazy. Could you imagine that being a turn of events as they go on and do their investigation on this boat and figure out why it did what it did? They come across some sea containers with people in it. Oh my gosh, that's a movie. Case there, 77 LeBaron was a steel tank. The Dali boat also crashed into a bridge in Antwerp, Belgium in 2016. Are you serious? Yeah, I mean, come on, we can't. No, the Fort Pinto, we can't. Okay, that was a one-off. My '79 Buick LeSabre was stronger than the Batmobile. Oh man, yeah, it's two. So two people was rescued. One guy walked away. One guy walked away unscathed. The other guy's in serious condition. Um, they said at least 20 construction workers were on that bridge. Maybe some of them saw what was about to happen and hauled I hope, but it was at least 20 construction workers, and they said at least 7 cars were on the bridge when the bridge collapsed. This is the boat's second bridge crash. Jeez, people don't go out; they come in. That's true. Man, this shit is it's just sad, yo. It's very sad. You know, whether it's one life that was on that bridge that was lost, or a dozen, or any loss of life is sad. Those people was just working. They was out there working, doing what they supposed to do. People going to work or going wherever they was going, and then this happened. Then this happened. It's hard. It's hard to look at right now because I'm used to seeing this bridge all the time, right? I'm used to seeing this bridge all the time. Whether I'm at work, whether I'm driving across the bridge. Thank God that I wasn't driving across this bridge at this time. Um, or if I'm like at the harbor, you just look out, you can see the bridge. You always see it. It's always there. Now it's gone. Will the conservatives blame Vidic? They saying just saying you're saying he's saying it's a DEI thing. It's another Bad Boys movie. Oh gosh, Dally goddess of hunting. Some scholars claim it comes from the Georgian word for what morning. Dila, while others claim links to words for demon and god. Hmm, interesting. So what I'm gonna do is say a prayer real quick for these people, man. If y'all want to bow your heads, I'm gonna say a quick prayer. Dear God in heaven, we pray for the victims. We pray for the people. We pray for the families of the construction workers who are missing right now in this water. We pray that their bodies are recovered. If they're alive, then thank you. But if they're not, we hope that they're with you in glory. Oh Lord God, we thank you for allowing us to draw breath, and we thank you for keeping us safe. And I pray that you give everybody within the sound of my voice safe traveling mercies to and from their destinations, because we never know when it's our time. In Jesus' name, amen. Bruh, this crazy, yo. See if I can zoom in. It's crazy. Like, it's just crazy. You can still see parts of the bridge. Like, it's just sticking out. So they said that the water, right? They said the water is between 12 to 17 feet in that part. They say the water is between 12 to 17 feet. So hopefully the people had a fighting chance. Some people had a fighting chance to like kind of, I don't know. I guess a couple of people did. Like I said, the two that one's in serious condition, one walked away. Um, but that water's cold, bruh. It was 30 degrees It was 30 degrees overnight. 30 degrees overnight. So I can only imagine how cold that water was. I can only imagine how cold that water was. I mean, even if like what Kay said, it was 47 degrees, right? That's still cold, yo. That's cold. So imagine like you said 800 feet. Oh, 800 feet of bridge. I thought you meant like 800-foot drop. Like ain't no way it's 800 feet drop, but that's a heck of a drop. So imagine you hitting that water, right? Boom. You don't know what's happening. You just driving, right? Or you working on the bridge. You don't even see this about to happen. What's up, Montoya? And all of a sudden you driving, and all of a sudden you falling. Boom, you hit the water. You don't know what's going on right now. And that water ice cold, and that hits your body, and it shock your nervous system. So now you discombobulated because you don't know what just happened. You don't know. You was just driving, and now you in the water. It's murky. You can't see nothing around you, right? You trapped. You trapped. Like think about it, right? How many people know what to do in a situation like that? This goes back to what I was saying earlier. How many people know what to do in a situation like that? 185 foot. That's a lot. That's far. Jabari said large bodies of water take longer to heat up. It's 20 to 30 degrees until April. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And this happened at 1 and they still looking for people, bro. Yeah, he better went straight to church, Cam. I'd have went straight to the church. I went straight to the church. Jersey store water doesn't get warm until August. That's crazy. But like I said, you hit the water. How many people know what to do in that situation? Think about that. Think about that, right? So like me, right? Always keep something. Oh, y'all can't even see me. Always keep something to break glass or whatever with me. Always keep a multi tool with me where I could break glass with, right? Always keep that with me. Or if I got to, I can pull my gun from my hip and I can shoot the glass and break the glass. But some people don't have that because you got to remember, right? When that water starts to push on your car door, you can't open the door. You can't get the door open most of the time until it's submerged, if you can. And then by that time, it's so cold, it's like your nervous system is shocked. You don't know what to do in that situation. Maybe your adrenaline's pumping and you figure it out, but then you one in the chat, one in the chat if y'all can hear me, one in the chat if y'all can hear me, one in the chat if y'all can hear me. Is this on still? K Green. So that's the main throughway. Nah, feel bad for the people driving. Yeah, yo, and I hope they ain't no babies in the car with them. You know what I mean? But K Green, so this is the main throughway for the port, right? That bridge is way tall enough for the boat to go through. Way tall enough, way wide enough, right? The ship hit the ship hit one of the support beams. Is what happened. The ship hit one of the support beams. The thing is why it dropped so hard, it dropped so fast. That's the crazy part. Don't give me the line to you. Nah, it's 695, yo. 695 Rudy. Shout out to Rudy. Francis Scott Key, Star Spangled Banner. The ship driver BLM. Come on, y'all. I don't know, but the ship is a Singapore ship. The ship's out of Singapore. So don't give me the line to you. And then Jay Pylon, shout out to Jay. Jay said that it's the second time the ship hit a bridge. Is a Merck CMA? What is the shipping company? I don't know. They said the ship called the Dahlia is out of Singapore. But I'm gonna tell you this: it's like I said, this is the main throughway for a lot of ships, and it's going to affect a lot of areas, yo. It's going to affect a whole lot of areas. Now I don't know how fast they can move to get some barges out here to start to remove like the debris of the bridge to maybe get these ships moving, but this port's gonna be down for a little bit. This port is going to be down for a little bit because I don't know. I don't think there's any other way to get a big vessel like that here. They're gonna have to deviate a lot of these vessels to like New York or I don't know. I don't know. They got to turn around. They got to sit in the water for a few days until they get the stuff cleared up. I don't know how they're gonna do this. I don't even know if they rebuilt the Francis Scott Key Bridge. And if they do, it's gonna take. They said the first time that they built this bridge, it took 5 years. It took 5 years when they first built this bridge. 5 years. The left will look at this and say accident, but we'll have conspiracies for days about Russia. Those ships don't even need to be that far of Norfolk, Portsmouth, and Newport News can handle all those boxes. That's true. That's true. You're right. You're right. I forgot about that port. They had to get the Diddy story out. Isn't Baltimore Port the fourth largest in the country? I think it's. I thought it was the ninth largest, but you might be right, Jabari. You might be right. I thought it was ninth largest, but you might be right. If it's part of 695, well, yeah, they built it in the 70s. I mean, what it does, it just because 695 is a big circle, yo. It's just a big intrastate. It's an intrastate, not interstate, but it's an intrastate. So it's just a big circle. 695 is just a huge circle, and it just connects Dundalk and Essex with Anne Arundel County. I don't know. I don't know what's in them containers, yo. Well, Diddy gone. They said Diddy hopped the flight out of here. Diddy over there with Russell Simmons. Diddy like, hey, yo, Russell, where you at, yo? Oh my gosh. Diddy like, yo, Russell, where you at? Yo, I'm on my way. Make a room up for me. They're gonna have to, yo. They're gonna have to send them ships south. Atlanta, like you said, Norfolk, they all gonna get, North Carolina, they're all gonna get all of this, all the brunt of this stuff, but then it's gonna cost more to ship stuff here. It's gonna be a lot, yo. Be prepared, guys. Be prepared. Be prepared. It's crazy, bro. Wow. I'm gonna put y'all back in a little joint. Somebody eat my food. I'm hungry. But before my phone got hot, like think about it, right? When that happened, how many people knew what to do? How many people in this chat would know what to do? That's what I'm at, Savannah. Yeah, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be back, Rudy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because you want like a lot of people that live in like Glen Burnie, Pasadena, they're gonna have to start going up 695 and taking 95 to the bridge, to either the Harbor Tunnel or the 895 tunnel. and that's already a nightmare in the morning. That's already a nightmare in the morning. Yeah, panic. Yeah, okay. Panic definitely clouds your judgment. If I was going down, I was in the car at the time. I'll be rolling down my window, I guess. Driving a rig in Hampton Roads. You better know what to do. So many bridges and tunnels by me. It's ridiculous. But see, this is the thing, right? And I thought about this. Me and my wife was talking about this too, I think. Yeah. We were talking about it on the way to Jersey for the Grifties. If I ain't seen the Grifties, go check out the Grifties. Go check out the Grifties on Patreon. It was a fantastic time. I had fun. I know Rudy had fun. My man Haram Life was in the building. Jabari, yo, your restaurant, Jabari, food top notch, yo. Food top notch. Food is top notch. Oh my gosh. What I have? I had that jambalaya. That jambalaya was jumping. I wasn't as brave as Unc and them though. I wasn't as brave as Unc and them. Unc and them was tripping. They had that spicy jambalaya. Heard they was they was fighting through that. And catfish fritters and catfish nuggets, bruh. Oh yeah, Loki. That's right. Them wings, yo. Them jerk wings, yo. Man, Jabari spot legit. Was it? Because I was going to ask Mike how was it. I didn't know you had it too, Mike. Because Mike had his at the comedy dojo. It looked good, yo. Yo, that sweet tea, yo. That sweet tea was something else. I ain't never had sweet tea like that. I ain't never had sweet tea that good. It was sweet though. That sweet tea was sweet. Two of them might give you the sugar. Two of them might give you the sugar, but it's good. Roasted bacon wrapped shrimp. I ain't had that. Yo, they had what was it? Yo, was it peaches in the sweet tea or was that apples? It tasted like apple pie. The sweet tea tastes like apple pie. Excuse me. Food went down the wrong pipe. I took a sip of that sweet tea. I almost started talking like Foghorn Leghorn. Almost had me a whole Southern jar immediately. I took a sip of that sweet tea. I was like, I took a sip of that sweet tea. I was like, I do declare, this is the best tasting sweet tea I've ever had in my life. I was ready to start calling everybody boy. That sweet tea was so sweet and so southern. I was ready to call everybody boy. Come here, boy. Oh my gosh. You gotta love the news though. Gotta love the news. The news they don't got because there's nothing. There's no other news to report as far as this bridge is concerned. just to recap for the people that just coming in here in Maryland, in Baltimore, what you're looking at is the Francis Scott Key Bridge, a Singapore flag ship, which you can see in the video right now, hit one of the support beams of the bridge and collapsed the entire bridge. This was at 1:40 in the morning. It was alleged that 20 construction workers was on this bridge when it happened, and at least 7 cars were crossing the bridge when this happened. We don't know. They said that the ship lost power a couple of times, and that could be why it veered off and hit this pylon. We don't know. Was it a cyber attack? I don't know. Was it negligence? I don't know. But what we do know is that this bridge collapsed. 2 people were recovered so far. One guy walked away unscathed. Another guy's in critical or serious condition. We got Coast Guard. We got Port Authority Police and Baltimore County Police out here combing the water for I'm gonna say for bodies. I pray that there's some more survivors, but as cold as this water is, and this happened at 1:40 in the morning, it is now 10:30 in the morning. I'm gonna say that this is a recovery mission, um, and I'm sure it's gonna be more casualties to come. More casualties to come as the day goes on. If the news has any, morals or things of that nature, they'll allow the authorities to um, contact the family members of the casualties and let them know the status before they start reporting on it on the news. It's tragic. The bridge was built in 1977. 3 days ago, it just had its 47th birthday. And boom, now the bridge is no longer here. Really interesting. I'm shocked that the bridge fell as fast as it did. Like it didn't stand at all. Which I'm like, yo, if the bridge was that fragile, like it should have fell a long time ago. Um, but they got authorities out there looking for people, and I hope they were to bring families closure and to bring families peace. They find the bodies. It's just sad. If you missed it, we said a prayer for the families. We said a prayer for the casualties or the victims or whatever you want to call it. It's tough. It's tough to watch. It's a bridge that I see every day. I work on this port. I see this every day. I drive across, and you take advantage of it sometimes. And I looked off to the right when I was driving. I'm like, yo, that thing really gone. That thing really gone. Um, but that's all. That's the only thing to report. We don't know anything else. We don't know what's going on in that ship. We don't know what happened. Um, all we know is that a Singapore flagship was off course and collided with one of the pylons on the Francis Scott Key Bridge and took it out. But then you got the news like, well, we're going to bring in the structural engineer. We're going to bring in this guy and find out, uh, the status of the integrity of the bridge. I'm like, the status of the integrity of the bridge is no more bridge. What do you mean the status of the integrity of the bridge? It's no more bridge. The bridge is gone. There's nothing integral there left. There's no status left. The only thing that might make this faster to rebuild this bridge is the fact that the 2 ramps leading to the bridge are still intact. Maybe that turn a 5-year deal into a 3-year deal. I mean, Rudy said he need a little bottle of that, yo. Yeah, no, they haven't reported the death count, show. I did almost turn into Boomhauer. I almost turned into I almost turned into a old slave owner. Let me find a sweet tea. Just trying to catch up on y'all. I didn't. So I haven't heard any reports on any fires, and I didn't see any fires in the videos, and I don't see any smoke or anything from the fire. You know what I mean? I don't think there were any fires. As far as I know, I haven't seen anything report as far as that. It is a long drop, yo. That's a far drop, bro. Exactly, Rudy. Like you just driving along, next thing you know, you falling, and then boom, that's a long drop. You know, cars, airbags deploy on impact, and that's a huge problem when you're trying to escape. Yo, everything is your senses are gone, yo. Like it's like a flashbang going off. The entire yo, the entire like it was like the boat hit like it ain't like the boat grazed the pylon. No, it hit it directly on. It was crazy from the traffic cam. Oh, that was a traffic cam they was showing, bruh. I'm sure it's a lot of bridges. Our infrastructure, like people wanted to trip on Trump trying to get the infrastructure right. You're right. I see with the I see with the Jurassic Park 2 reference, the baby T Rex. That's what I'm saying, Jabbar. I said it's 1977. That should have been like some real steel. I said they was building cutlasses that could take a head-on collision with a 18 wheeler back then. Right. Exactly. Rudy says it was a direct hit on the truss structure. It is a suspension bridge. The minute the boat hit the truss, it was all she wrote. Is that considered? I don't know. If, is it a suspension bridge? Like I know the Bay Bridge, the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. That's a suspension bridge. I know that. But this one was that a was? Huh. Like I know it had like the steel cage around the the highest part had the steel cage, right? We could see it out the water. But was it a suspension bridge? All right, Loki, have a good one, bro. That's a good question, Sauce. I don't know. Huh. I'm gonna look that up. That's interesting. I just always thought that cage was because it was at the peak, and that would keep like if somebody veered off, it would keep the whatever from going over it. I don't know. You might be right. Your protocol says it was a steel arch bridge. Yeah, yeah, steel arch bridge. Jabari said a foreign sneak attack. Everybody driving down here to look at this joint. That's right. They got on his Googles, baby. That's a big boat. The crazy part, though, right? Even with the collision and the bridge collapsing on it, the boat don't look like it's in bad shape. You blame Ben Shapiro for this? You should see the boat that's behind me. My man got his binoculars out over here. This dude got his binoculars out. That ain't a bad idea, though. Oh, there, that boat. Like I said, I feel like those. I don't think it's a suspension bridge. I don't think. I know the Bay Bridge is a suspension bridge, but I don't know if the Key Bridge was a suspension bridge. Don't say that, Jabari. I ain't never driving across it. A word? I ain't know about that in the '80s. But what I was saying before my video went out, me and my wife was talking about that. Like, yo, I think everybody when they go across like a big bridge, like, yo, what happened if this joint just fall? I know every time I drive across the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, I think that I never really thought about it with the Key Bridge because like it wasn't that far of a drive across, but the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, that's a heck of a drive across. And I used to think about it, and that's I know that's a suspension bridge. But every time I would drive across it, I'm like, yo, what the heck would I do if this bridge fell? It's a scary thought. Yo, yeah, it is super shady. I don't know, K Green. It might not be. I don't know. It could be an accident. It could not be an accident. I don't know. There we go. No, it ran hot again. Ran hot again. Sorry, guys. Hey, K Green. I be every time I'm in the tunnel, I think about that movie Daylight with Sylvester Stallone. I be thinking about that movie Daylight. One in the chat if y'all can still hear me. But yeah, yo, I think about that movie Daylight. Y'all remember that movie Daylight with Sylvester Stallone? That's what I think about. You hated that movie? I like that movie. That was one of my favorite Stallone movies. That and Copland. Copland was good. I'm watching Copland. Copland is good. Yeah, yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. King to King to the Pipe. It's probably King. But that's what I was saying too. It hit the center. It hit one of the center supports. I mean, it dropped immediately though. I like the movie. I also started watching The Chosen. That's a good show. Anybody else watching The Chosen? I think you can catch it on Prime or Netflix. That's a good show. Angel Studios makes it. They showed The Chosen at the IMAX. Yo, everybody pulling up right here. Ain't nobody got nothing to do really, because ain't nothing else. Ain't I guess other. I can see other ships out in the horizon, like off the horizon. I see Fort McHenry, but I don't think any ship's gonna be able to get in and out of here for a while, for a couple days, might be a week. I don't know how long it'll take for them to get all of that debris. I still want to see Shift. I ain't watched it yet, but Chosen is good. Oh, you want X Men? Yo, I got rid of my Disney Plus account. Yo, I'll be wanting to watch X Men '97. The way the current going, like the current coming, is coming in this way. I don't know what year The Chosen came out. It's on like season 3 though. It's on season 3. Use what link? Protocol. I hear that. But yeah, this is crazy, yo. They said it was a five. It took 5 years to build this bridge. 1977. We got technology. We got better equipment. Maybe it don't take that long, especially because the two ramps leading toward the arch part of it still intact. That shit blew right through that daggone power line. HD to today. I sent you for best to watch on the TV with the browser. Okay, send it to me again, yo. That's wild, Joe. That's wild. Take my tail to my office. Can I ride straight up this way? Yeah, I can. Yeah, that's wild, man. Like I said, prayers go out to the families of the people that's missing. And I pray for a miracle. I'm driving up as I can see the let me see. I said praying for the victims, praying for the family of the missing. Yes, I hope it's a miracle, man. But right now, look, it's probably gonna be a recovery effort. I think the rescue thing done, but I can see everybody. I can see all of the search and rescue teams combing the area. Like this, the Chesapeake Bay, man. Chesapeake Bay. Excuse me. That's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot to search. I'm sure they're gonna have divers out, some more stuff. Like I said, I think a lot of the day to day and the goings on around the port might be kind of stifled a little bit. But what I will say is this: always have a plan. Always have a plan, because you never know when stuff like that gonna happen. You know, you never know that stuff like that gonna happen. You never know when it's gonna be your time to, save yourself. And if you don't know God, man, get right with Him. If you don't know God, get right with Him. You don't want to leave this earth not having a relationship with Him. I'll tell you that much. There are a lot of good preachers on YouTube that'll pray you right into giving your life to Christ. Get right with Him. You never know when it's your time, man. Appreciate it, Jay. Been taking care of some stuff. Been, taking care of some stuff. Doing the hiatus. I'm gonna be back streaming, but this time around I'm gonna do a little different. Everybody headed over there to look at the bridge. It's crazy, yo. Question is if they're gonna rebuild it. I mean, it's the fastest way sometimes to certain points of 695. But if they do, it's gonna take a minute. It's gonna take about 3 to 5. It took 5 years for the first one, so it's gonna take at least that to build it again. Oh, not this one. But there's so much stuff happening right now, y'all. There's so much stuff happening right now. Like I predicted, Israel got them red heifers. They got all three. Israel got all three. That's that end time prophecy. Israel got all three heifers, and I told you guys they had them. And the Muslim countries already wilding. They're like, yo, Israel got them. Like I told y'all, that was the whole reason why Bibi Netanyahu allowed what happened that day to happen. It justified them going into Gaza and taking Gaza so they can build that third temple. Now, no matter how it happened, no matter how it happened, right? Whether Netanyahu allowed that attack to happen in order to take the Gaza Strip in order to build that third temple or not, it's Bible prophecy. The Bible, the Bible foresaw this, foreordained. It's here. Times are coming, guys. The Euphrates River is drying up. It's almost done. Y'all seen pictures of the Euphrates? Y'all seen what it looked like yet? Euphrates, you could dag on there walk across it. It's a puddle. They said what? What they say, Jabari? What they say, Jay? When the Euphrates dry up? What they say when the Euphrates dry up? What the Bible say? It's like a creek. That's when everything gonna go down. They finding like I seen some videos of pictures where they found like some underground, like some chambers. As the water recedes, they find in chambers. Yeah, and red heifers without blemish. Now I gotta go back. I really gotta watch. Jay sent me the show. I gotta go. I gotta finish watching it. We gotta see those as in the days of Noah. I'm trying. I'm trying to see those Nephilim. You trying to see the Nephilim? I gotta go back and watch the Dig, Jay. I haven't. I gotta finish watching that. I kind of got off of that. Gotta look out for Kings of the East. Like I say, guys, in times, bro, Bible prophecies are becoming fulfilled. And labor pains are getting more and more frequent. Labor pains are being getting more and more frequent. I don't know what's gonna go down next. All I can tell you guys is find your salvation in Jesus Christ. Find your salvation with the Lord. You don't you don't want to leave this earth not having that. You don't want to be left behind. I'll tell you that much. Anyway, I'm gonna go get some work done. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I'll be back streaming soon. Um, I'll probably stream Thursday. Um, like I said, I'm just working on some stuff. Uh, but I'll be back. Jay says solar eclipse on April 8th. April 27th, 22nd is Passover. April 26th through the 27th, watch for the announcement of Red Heifer in Third Temple. It's either a go or no. We'll see. That's right, Kay. God is good. God is good. You gotta thank him for the little things, guys. You gotta thank God for the good, and you gotta thank God for the bad, because whether he lets you go through some tribulations, or he brings some triumphs into your life, it builds your character, it builds you, makes you stronger, makes you stronger. So, like I said, thank God for the good as well as the bad. And shoot, every day you living is a good thing. No matter what you're going through, no matter what your struggles is, you still drawing breath on this earth. Gotta thank him for that. Anyway, I holler at you guys. I appreciate you jumping in with me. Pray for the families of the people that's lost, you know, due to this bridge collapse. Hope that they find peace. Anyway, Can Hotep saying, be safe, stay strapped, don't miss. Holler at you. Save yourselves, people. Find Jesus.